Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly castle keeper this evening because tonight we are carrying on... Oh, everyone have a drink? With our ongoing campaign playing Carl Sargent's outstanding Night Below mega adventure. This is session 160 of our ongoing campaign, and while we had kicked off this campaign to start with Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, which the adventure had originally been written for, we are now using Troll Lord Games' outstanding Castles and Crusades. And with me tonight are the stars of the Night Below campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you currently? First up, we've got Andrew.
I'm up first. Wow. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrew, and I'm playing Shuktu Gemfinder, a Deep Gnome Ranger who also has some magic stuff going on.
Nice. Yes. The very cool half-class feature from Castles and Crusades that I am a big fan of. Next up is John, making his triumphant return after weeks and weeks of overtime and vacation by the Castle Keeper.
Yes. I am John, and I'm playing Dorman Kettleborn, the actual magical gnome, who is also a rogue.
A little racial animosity right to start things off. That's good.
Level 8 to start with.
Nice.
We're going to be best friends.
Oh, someone's a little jealous of a class actually called Magic User. Next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Calidor, and he is an elven fighter rogue. No reason for racial jealousy here, as being from the elven race.
Very nice. And what level are you?
8. Sorry.
8. Nice. 8. Next up is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I play Chael. He is a 8th level elf cleric.
Very nice. And last, but certainly not least, is George.
Hey, I'm George. I'm playing the most boring race of the group here. Human wizard level 7 named Knox, the Unexpected. And so I have to make up for that by, worshiping dark gods in secret, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
I have mine. I have it right here. It's always handy, just in case I need it.
I look forward to explaining that as you're going through customs in the UK.
Yeah. Oh man, that's true. I didn't think about that. All right. Well,
so,
I have to add. I'll add it to my Conan.
Oh, nice.
As well too. So I'll have them both.
Love it. So guys, last time was a bit of a scrap for you. What happened last time? Dorman was invisible for the entire fight, even though it took 2 sessions.
Yes.
I'm extremely good at that.
I have visual aids if it helps jog the memory.
I was not with Final
You guys got yourself in some trouble.
Yeah.
I remember Shuktu, being his badass self, came in and had to save all of your asses again.
Yes, that is true. The session did start with us in dire straits. Especially Knox for sure, and I think Calidor as well was surrounded by Darrow.
Yeah. I mean, Chael was literally out and being dragged away when I showed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was trouble.
Yeah, it was pretty hairy.
What was it that you were fighting?
Darrow.
Yes.
Mostly the sort of warrior types, but then one spellcaster shaman type, one who's kind of stood off to the side and did his nefarious deeds from a distance.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just realizing I
And Knox was grappled by 3 different Darrow, for quite a bit of the time, just trying to break free.
Yeah.
And in the dark, this is negative about being human, couldn't see a damn thing.
Or hear.
Or hear because of the silence spell.
Yeah.
So couldn't cast any spells, couldn't summon Rock Slide, or, ultimately, I was able to do a little bit of summoning.
Yeah.
I could get out of that silence, and that helped because it also brought light. Because it was not Rock Slide, it was his cousin, Fire Slide. I think is what we called him.
Pyre Slide?
Something like that.
Pyro Slide? I don't know.
Isn't he made of magma?
He's a fire elemental. He was a fire elemental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can't remember if in Pathfinder they had quite as many of the different para elementals, but like a magma elemental is actually something different in classic
fire
D&D.
together.
Yeah. Then fire. So then, guys, so I had to unbury my Night Below books. It's been so long since I've had to reference them because we've been scrapping and then on vacation. So notwithstanding the awful spells and nasty ambush techniques used against you, you guys did triumph against them and drove them off. You then completed your rest, I believe, and I think we're picking up the next morning. Which means...
That sounds right.
Dave, if he misses today and then when he comes back again, he's going to miss prepping his spells once again. So it'll be another session of him with no spells prepped. All right.
Yeah.
So I will leave it to you guys to prep. Do you remember? Did you finish prepping your spells, or did we? Did we leave with you guys waking up the next morning?
I don't remember prepping my spells.
I don't
and
either.
the reason I say that is because I don't remember calculating how long I needed in order to do that.
Okay, so I think then what we're doing is we'll pick up with you guys waking up the next, quote unquote morning, and let's bring everyone over to. Okay, let's do this. I'll move your tokens over, then we'll roll for your luck and whatnot. So here we go. Because you guys are going into the War Works next. Mm-hmm. Go. Alrighty, so then, guys, as I said, for the rest of the evening, you do, it is uneventful, so you are able to wake up, and first, why doesn't everyone give us a luck roll? Roll your luck, divide by 2, rounding down. Restore that much to yourself.
Oh, Kev, my bars are invisible on my token to me. Can you check to see if they're
visible to you? It's an error on your end on roll 20. You're gonna have to hit refresh.
Let's see everybody else's.
Let's see here. No, yours should be visible to everybody. You may just hit refresh. Because we've had this ever since they've updated the tokens.
Yeah.
There's been that persisting issue.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh wow.
I've had lots of
Weird.
issues.
Like I can only see myself, but like when I zoom in or out, it briefly flashes everybody else. That's bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I just assumed we're in the dark.
Yeah, I guess we are.
Me too.
Oh, hold on. No one's got light right now. Yeah, hold up.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do this.
Energy.
We'll give.
Oh, I did suddenly get. Now I can see Andrew and.
Oh,
Will.
I could
so that's
see
good.
Jeff, Will, and George,
wow.
which means
I
that
can
Kevin
see
probably can't see
everybody.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't. The only person I
damn
can't
it.
see right now is John. John's gone.
I can see.
I see everybody
Yeah,
else.
John's gone.
Oh my God! Am I? Let's not. You know what? Nope.
I know. I'm not touching anything.
Yeah, I can't see George or Andrew.
I can't see you, John. Would you mind hitting refresh once again?
I just got everything fixed.
It's all right. All right.
There's no such thing on Roll20 as having everything fixed.
There we go. I got
yes,
John back.
exactly.
I
Okay,
can
good.
see everybody. How awesome.
Okay.
I don't see John, but I'm okay. It's okay.
Come on, roll 20. Fix your stuff.
Hold up. I gotta get. Okay, so that's on. What's going on?
That's a weird issue.
Most definitely. Yeah. Okay. So, do you guys see one another's tokens now? I've got light coming off of. Oh, you cannot. Does not have. Your token doesn't have vision enabled. There we go. I'm just going to quickly go back to our main screen, and before I forget, I'm going to give Knox. I've done this, I think, 3 or 4 times now. I forget about giving him light. Right, light. There we go. And there we go. And I think that's everyone else. All right, so then, guys, you need 90 minutes, you said, Knox, to prep your spells.
That's correct.
Okay. Still only see my token. Let's see. Here.
Yeah, I was just saying, try going all the way to the top right. Oh,
Here,
you only see your token.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Oh!
Wait a minute. Why am I in 2 places?
Yeah, I have 2 tokens.
Oh, you guys might be in.
I'm right here, or the ones I see.
Let me
right?
erase everyone else here.
Right.
Boop. Where are you guys?
Down there?
Oh, you're all down here too. Hold up.
Yeah, that's why we're in the dark. We're in two places at once.
I'll remember to shift ping as soon as I bring you guys in anywhere now.
That's,
There we
yeah.
go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So the only thing I don't let me try to fix.
You know, where we can't serve as role models, we happily serve as cautionary tales. So,
Oh, yes.
Right.
all right. So then everyone can see one another now.
Yeah.
Can we see the numbers? John, can you see the numbers on your token now?
I can, yes.
Excellent. Okay.
This came at the cost of seeing half your faces.
You're not missing much.
Yeah, you're really not missing out on a lot.
I can see everything. The only issue I have, and it's not that big of a deal, I can deal with it, is I don't see my bars across. If I touch my token, I can see the circles with my numbers in it, the red,
That
green,
you may
and
need
blue.
to hit refresh once again, just
Okay.
because that is.
Gotcha.
That's just that whatever
I'm so
they've done.
worried about doing it,
Yeah, whatever they've done
but I'm gonna do it.
in the
We'll see what
last
happens.
little bit. Okay, so we've got
Here we go.
everyone's. Let's see here. So I still got George.
So I gotta.
Oh, I
gotta
lost
do-
George and John.
Well, don't worry. I gotta do this again. Yeah, I'm doing it one more
Riveting
time
for
in
our
a different way.
viewers.
I know. Exciting. Or
go.
everybody feels better about themselves because they're doing this. Oh, that fixed it for me.
Okay.
I lost Andrew, but I can see my.
Oh, now I lost you too.
All I'm gonna do one more time is try to reconnect. And I'm not re.
We've all played together for about 3
that's-
years now, but really
I
only
can
seen
see
one
everyone.
another. All right. So how much time does everyone else need to prep their spells?
I'm checking my math.
Yeah. Remember, it's only 15 times how many spell slots. You don't need to do them level
Like
per
times
whatever.
level, basically.
Yeah,
But-
15,
No, not times level.
not times level. Just each
Oh, it's
individual
just per
spell takes 15
slot?
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
no matter what
hell,
level it
it's
is,
not
isn't
great.
that great? I know. It's one of the things I like about CNC.
outstanding. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I had 6 spell slots across all my spell levels, and that therefore came out to 90 minutes.
Okay. And it looks like.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I burned 6 spells because I was burning spells to heal.
Yeah. Okay, so we got. Oh, let's see here. And Dorman, how many are you? Are you down any spells at this point? Or
Only the ones I used to stay invisible the last 2 sessions. So let's say 30 minutes.
and Shuktu, you'll get all your points back, but you don't have any proper spells to recover. Did you guys add your luck to your token?
I did.
Not yet. Hold on.
Shuktu, you should have gained.
one
Were you down to
anyway.
0 luck, Shuktu?
No, I had 4, but I replaced it with 3 because that's what I rolled today.
Okay, so as a refresher, on Wednesday sessions, because you're dividing it by half, you get to add it back
right.
on. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
shit.
only
I keep
when.
getting the 2 games mixed up.
That's okay.
Okay, so then I should be at 7.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. I got those mixed up too. I was like, ugh.
I will
we
get that
played
right
Pathfinder
eventually.
2 on the weekend too, so you don't even have an excuse for it being more recent.
I have like several weeks of not playing.
Yeah, that's fair enough, John. Okay, so then, guys.
So we're taking. It's overnight. Okay. Right.
Yep, you guys were waking up the next morning, as it were. So what you find is that those dwarven war drums that you've been hearing goo 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 have been continuing throughout the night sporadically, on and off. So when morning comes, you're on your little ledge near where, and this place actually was a larger ledge that had some mushrooms in it. While you are waiting for the others to prep, did you want to do any hunting, Calidor?
I mean, I kind of do, but I kind of don't because we're in this stupid caves, and all we've seemed to run into is trouble down here.
Which is so unlike the surface.
Yeah, well, it's definitely more dangerous. I'll tell you that.
Oh, most certainly, yeah. So what do you think?
What's our food supply like? Let me just check real
I
quick.
can tell you real quick.
Do you have it open?
I do. We have 30 meals in there, and then 19 smoked deer meat meals. So we've got.
So we have a few days yet. I think we're heading back to the surface soon. So I will wait. I think I will just play it safe here down in the darkness.
5 people times 3 is 15. We have 3 days of food left.
Plus speed of 8.
Exactly. Yeah.
Beetlebait needs
Yes.
food as well, so it's 6.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you could cross off 12 meals for breakfast and lunch.
Okay, we ate the smoked deer.
Hey, buddy. Hi, Darwin. It's dark. It's night. I'm sulky. I feel the same way, buddy. Oh, boy. So, yeah, you got your food. So, Cal, you're not going to hunt?
No, I'm gonna not right now.
Okay. Shuktu, I forget, you're a ranger. You could hunt as well if you chose.
Yeah, Shuktu. Unless he's leading the way, then I would go with him.
Right, you need to torture something to see as well, right, Cal? Because you got
Exactly. I'd feel much better going with Shuktu.
It totally sounded like you said you need to torture something. I'm like, wow, this is getting dark. But yeah, I can go. Hunt.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so why don't you give us a, let's see here. I think it is a wisdom check first. There's Shuktu. Let's grab my survival book. Whoa, look at that. So you find a terrific hunting blind very quickly for the two of you. What are you using as a light source for Cal? Or is there a spell of any kind that you have that's going to grant him dark vision?
Or do you not invite him along?
Oh no, I would invite him along. But I don't know that I'm just trying to see if. No, I don't think I've got the ability to give you vision. I can make I could cause blindness. Down here, it won't make a lick of difference for you.
Same thing.
I mean, I don't have vision problems down here, right? So I'm wondering if there's some way that I could.
It may be best if you just go then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Cal could,
I mean, Beetlebait and we do this literally all the time anyway. So I could just go do that for people.
So then give us a flat D20 roll, please. Let's see what
Can do.
For your first half hour. Look at that.
Wasting a natural 20 on
something big, bracket DM's discretion.
Oh.
I'll assume that applies to Castle Keepers as well.
It's a poulet.
All right. Would you give us a D10 roll, please, Shuktu?
Oh no. It's been a good run. And he's
7, okay. Ooh. So you are out there and you're hunting blind. This is probably in one of the adjacent tunnels that leads off. One of the last of the probably one of the newest but not finished tunnels that were crafted by the dwarves. And you're moving through here. You get your blind, you found a series of trails going back and forth in here. So you've set down. And you, does Shuktu speak Undercommon?
I do.
Okay. So then you, what you hear is in Undercommon, from somewhere, not in the darkness, but somewhere not far away, someone, you could see it, but they seem to be hidden. You hear someone say in a melodious voice, deeper than what a deep gnome's voice would be. Are you friend, gnome?
I'll immediately stop Beetlebait. My hand might even just move a couple inches before I stop and think better of moving my hand towards my weapons. I'm neither. I am merely a hunter. Merely trying to get some food.
There is, and you hear this voice once again in Undercommon. There is prey, but I fear I cannot down it myself.
Then I may be friend.
You hear a sound that sounds like, it sounds like stone being dragged on stone. And there's silence. And then you hear from about maybe 15 feet away that same sound. And what you see is a very pale elf step out from within the stone. He has long hair. He has clearly like leather clothing and whatnot that is made from the hide of different subterranean creatures. Quite pale as well. And he says, "This way." He holds up your pet. You have control over it. And Beetlebait is kind of, moving back and forth, getting ready to jump in if need be.
I give Beetlebait a single command to get him to hold for just a moment, so that this new person can tell that I'm in control.
Yeah, and you don't even need to gesture. Remember, like, Beetlebait is intelligent enough, so you can just, kind of. Okay. And let me see here.
It's probably a series of noises. Like, it's not even a command word I use with Beetlebait. It's probably just some like click with the tongue or something like whatever, and he'll do it. Yeah. What is this creature you hunt, you seek?
There is a clutch of larvae nearby. They are.
Do you hunt the larvae, or do you hunt its parent?
I hunt the larvae so the parent might move on.
I see. You anticipate trouble.
I simply need one to keep watch, and we can split the spoils. Are you alone?
What do you think, guys? Yeah, but you guys don't know exactly where I am.
I mean, you are technically alone right now.
Yes, I am technically alone right now.
Aren't we all, man?
I mean, you're dealing with a lawyer,
I'm not alone. Beetlebait here keeps me company.
He says, "Then, take what you can carry. You'll be welcome to it. I only need you to keep watch and give warning if you hear."
I have good ears. And good eyes.
So I've heard of your kind. Then, this way. And he begins trotting at a pretty good pace that you'd have to actually have Beetlebait or be on Beetlebait's back to keep up.
Okay.
So it's after about maybe another 40 minutes of travel through this cave, you get to a point where, or not the cave, the mine structure, you get to what looks like it was at one point kind of a T-junction thing, but what you see is there's an enormous, like, burrowed hole perfectly circular, that intersects at a strange angle and heads down at about slightly less than a 45-degree angle. He turns off of the dwarven things and he says, "This way," and scampers down into the hole. You can give us an intelligence check if you like. So there's very few things that make these kinds and these sizes of holes through the earth. This may be a very shallow traveling purple worm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, remember last session when we made a joke about a Remoraz? No, we didn't want that, and here we are.
Oh, those are nothing. We've defeated those before.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say they're nothing, but,
Compared to a purple worm?
this is worse.
Yes.
And in fairness, I think you guys defeated baby Remorazes. You ran and collapsed a tunnel to get away from an adult one.
No, we did not fight the mother.
This is in our Legacy of the Crystal Shard game, Will. The guys killed a bunch of adolescent Remorazes.
To be fair, there were 3 of us. So I think running was the
you
right
fought
call.
a Behir.
Oh, it's Behir. My
Yeah,
bad.
you guys kicked the
My
shit out
bad.
of a Behir.
You are correct. My bad.
Yeah. I'm ticking off the list of all the awful multi-legged, things that shoot shit.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, hey, speaking of which, my ash shipment is on the way.
Oh, I haven't got a notification, so maybe I'll get one soon. That's awesome, Kevin.
Yeah. Because you got the special edition too, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize it for the longest time. I was so dumb. I was like, oh, I bet that.
Oh my! Well, we've mentioned my multiple copies of the Acts on Cthulhu core book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, by which I mean George's Christmas present. So,
Yeah, right.
it's not that
gonna
I'm
be a
careless in my
surprise. I can't wait
ordering.
to
It's
see
just
what it
that
is.
I'm, unintentionally generous.
I think I'll ask him. You intend to go down in there?
He's already gone down.
Oh, is this where I'm to keep watch, or are you? Is he
Keep
telling me to
up.
follow?
It kind of echoes up.
Sorry, keep up. I actually didn't
Keep
hear.
up.
Okay. I'll turn the beetle bait. You keep a close eye. Don't know if we trust this guy yet. I'll start climbing down.
Are you on top of Beetlebait still?
Oh no! I'm dismount. Beetlebait can make his own way down. I'm gonna climb down on my own.
Beetlebait moves faster than you do, is the thing.
Is a hole wide enough for me to ride him going down?
I think.
Well,
Have you read a
right,
Purple
Purple
Worm entry
Worm.
before?
Yeah. Fair.
Where's my favorite?
All right.
I think is the.
We'll just go down where we're riding him.
I happen to have the 4th edition illustration for the Purple Worm.
Or maybe
particularly
maybe I
fucking
should send
awesome.
him back to you guys.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a big hole. I should maybe send him back to you guys.
Oh yeah, see those? You mean see the people in the foreground there?
And then they're we.
And you're about half their height.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Sure. Very much convincing me to go down the big hole, Kevin.
this is one creature I actually have used before, specifically in 4th edition, and it's awesome. They're so great in 4th ed. Oh. Keep
I
up.
don't know how arrogant Shuktu is yet, but he does not necessarily trust this. I think I might send Beetlebait back to camp.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really understand how familiars work. I don't think I could tell him to go to camp and then act like Lassie and get
Yeah,
them to
Lassie,
come
get
back.
Grandpa. Timmy's down the well.
He's definitely smart. Yeah, Beetlebait is most
smart enough
definitely
to
smart
basically,
enough.
if I tell them go to back to the others,
I think that
and bring them back here.
Beetlebait is smarter than Dave's barbarian character in Baramaze. Like as far as the raw stats go.
Yeah. That's funny.
Because none of you guys use intelligence as a dump stat for it, but I know that he did in that game.
Because I think maybe I would probably do that because like if you're telling me that Shuck 2 is well aware of the likelihood of what it is we're going after here, Shuck 2 doesn't want to be alone down a hole with a purple worm. He needs an escape plan.
Okay, you traveled for 45 minutes from your hunting spot, and it took you an hour to find your hunting spot. So it's likely to take Beetlebait an hour and a bit to get back to camp.
And then it's going to take them an hour to... Oh, okay, so that's not going to work. Okay, Beetlebait is the plan. All right, we're going down, both of us.
At this point, I need you to give us a wisdom check. You've
For
been
sure.
dilly-dallying too long. You need to
You're
find a
smart
trap.
enough to get out of this situation.
Yeah, is this a good idea? Magic 8 ball.
You want to spend a hero point and reroll then?
Whatever it is, a 16's not good enough?
Your wisdom is not
Ooh.
your... What's
Oh, that's true. Right.
Is it a secondary or tertiary?
It's secondary. So that's gonna
Secondary,
be-
so that
yeah.
means, that's a... that's unfortunate. I mean, you could spend...
How many points do I need?
yeah,
to
you could
make
spend
it a-
4 luck to make that a success.
I'll re-roll.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go.
There we go.
Yep. Okay. So you're able to follow the tracks and you scamper on down. The thing kind of goes down. It extends out for a bit. It cuts across another section of dwarven mining. Part of it is collapsed in, so it makes you think this is maybe a bit of an older tunnel. And then you finally catch up to him. And he is standing near like an entrance. This thing, it cuts into a larger cavern, like a natural sort of cyst in the earth. And there is, what do you call it? There is, at the base of this, there's it's like a warm, bubbling pool. It stinks horrifically down here. But he looks down in it, and what you can see in there is kind of squirming around in the pool. There are some pale white worms that are about as big as you are, Shuck 2. He says, these are grubs. They have a slight violet color to them. I'm not sure you've ever seen purple worm grubs before.
Probably not.
So he says, listen and see. Let me know if the sire returns. If they do, run in the opposite direction.
What do I know about? I know you just told me that Chuck 2 thinks this is a worm, but like, what do I know about those creatures?
About purple worms?
Yeah,
They are a phenomenally dangerous creature. If they, especially when they when they spawn, what they tend to do is hunt in that area to keep feeding the spawn. It's the kind of, they are a dangerous enough threat that could take out communities. So it's something that is actively hunted by any other kind of Sphere of Nablin communities if they can't hide from them. And if they do find a nest, they typically clear them out.
Oh, okay. So this what this elf proposes to do is basically what my people would attempt to do anyway, but not on our own. I'll just kind of look at him and respond, not exactly sure. Look, you don't need me to keep eyes nor ear open for the sire of these grubs. You will know when it's coming back.
He looks back at you and he says, do you think that I don't know that? I need your warning. If you wish not to help, leave. Find your own prey. And
Oh, now I'm amused. I'll take out my bow and kind of fine. Beetlebait and I will climb up a little bit, so we're kind of like on a wall.
Okay.
So not like
Yeah,
immediately.
and you
in the
adjust your
path.
climbing saddle. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We'll go on then.
He hops down, and you can hear the kind of squealing of these things from down there. Why don't you give it? Oh, what's your wisdom bonus? Let me see here.
Modifier is
No,
two.
total bonus. Not the modifier. Modifier plus your level.
Oh, right. Sorry. So 8 because I use the ranger level, not the magic user level. Right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
8 in total.
Okay. So, unsurprisingly, like, with how big this thing is, what you also know of them is that what they typically do is they just swallow prey and digest it in a very powerful acidic stomach. So if it does come along, the size of this cave that you're in is what the size of the maw is. You wait
Great.
for about 15 minutes. And after that, he returns. And he says, "Nothing?
Nothing. How goes your adventure?
The task is done. We should not tarry. It will not be pleased once it learns of what's happened. But it will
That's an
leave.
understatement.
Thank you."
Sure. We'll bring. Lead the way.
So here's the thing: you've never heard of or seen an
Elves
elf
down.
No, like, I mean,
I'm highly suspicious of this guy.
One, he is much paler than what the other elves, the elves that are in your party. They have flesh tones that are very similar to the others. This is very pale skin, very pale hair. It's the stark contrast to the drow, the dark elves that are said to lurk elsewhere in the Underdark. You've also not heard of dark elves moving through stone. So
this wasn't a crevice that he came out of. It was
no, it was the
literally-
literal stone he
Okay,
came out
I
of.
did not understand when you said that. I assumed that you meant like a crack in the rock or something. He literally came out of the rock.
Yep.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah. I'll stick to that. I'll tell him lead the way, and my bow is still out.
He looks and he says, "I'm afraid where I go, you will not be able to follow." But
I see.
are you?
What are you doing down here? This is not. Why are you so interested in hunting these larvae and getting rid of these deep worms? What interest is it of yours? Your kind. Your kind's unfamiliar to me, but you are not a denizen of these parts.
He looks at you, and there's a bit of a wry grin. Maybe he recognizes a bit of himself in you. He says, "Are your kind not secretive as well? Why are you out?"
My
Why did
kind are the I say natural residents. My kind live down here. These caverns, these under places of the world are our home.
I've not known your kind to travel with surface dwellers. I can smell their food on you.
Yes, well, lately, fate seems to be bringing all manner of strange folk down here.
I've taken the liberty of setting aside the acid sacs one of your kind may find value for that.
I suppose thanks are in order, but a service rendered is a service paid.
Take what you wish. The meat is edible.
That I know. Where do you tarry off to?
Other business. What's your name?
You have a name?
Gnome?
Do we literally just ask?
Yeah.
Good.
And this is all in Undercommon as well. Adamar. And you?
Crackig. I'll say something like that.
Give us a constant or charisma check. Let's see how obvious your lie is.
Sure.
We're going to back out
and
your
let's
level on
see.
this.
I think charisma's tertiary, so this should be fun.
Hashtag dump stat.
Not one. So you say it, and then Beetlebait goes, wow. And then the elf once
lizard.
again kind of looks at Beetlebait, looks at you. I can understand wanting to keep secrets. Thank you for your assistance.
I didn't even actually catch his name, but I wouldn't believe it anyway.
The safe travels. And he
Likewise.
turns and he melds directly into the stone tunnel.
Ugh. It's unsettling. I take a look around and I listen very carefully in the cavern to hear if there's any sort of indication that anything is coming.
Nothing at all.
Okay. I'll risk it. Beetlebait and I will go down.
Okay.
I'll pack away what I can of the venom sacks.
So what you find
Maybe some of the meat.
is, so I think you could probably carry, with Beetlebait's help, you could probably carry 2 of these. So why don't you give us a 16d10 roll?
I can't even
D10.
auto do that. I actually have to type that in.
Mm-hmm.
Roll 16d10, you said?
Yep.
Wow.
So,
That's a lot of high numbers.
102 meals worth of food you'll get out of
nice.
this. And
Prep it.
And Jonathan, I tried to update these things in the loot bag that you were keeping track of, so it should be current. But if you want to add that one,
Got it.
that'd be great.
and then who's got I can't remember. No one here has like alchemical abilities, do they? What
No,
level?
I just have herbalism.
Hold on, what level is it? Where's my monsters? There we go.
Actually, do we call it herbalism in this game?
You have herbalism, yeah, as a secondary
yeah.
skill.
Okay, I couldn't remember what
So I
we
think the
called it.
wizards, there's a certain level when you guys can start making potions.
Hmm.
And let's see here.
That's cool.
It is, where is it here? Sure, I was going to find the rules for crafting those. Oh, maybe it's in the Castle Keeper's Guide. Hold on. Making creating potions. There we go. 314 in the Monsters and Treasures.
While Kevin is looking that up, I just want to say how scary of a holiday Halloween is for parents of 3-year-olds. Because crazy people insist on giving them candy whenever they walk up to their house with a bag.
Yeah.
Kids of this age should not come back with a giant bag of candy. He's waking up in the morning and having like 4 chocolate bars, and I'm like, what? Stop!
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Both
what's up.
angry and sleepy. What's going on?
And I'm like, I better get you to school right now before I have to deal with the ramifications of 1,400 grams of sugar.
Holy shit. So
What you
wizards
do is
and
you feed them that
illusionists
stuff
can
on the
make it
wall,
at
too.
7th level. So you guys are, who is 7th level so far?
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
Is that both
that's very
Knox
cool.
and Dorman?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Clerics get it at 9th.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Clerics,
was
druids,
looking at-
wizards, and illusionists at 7th level. You can create scrolls. By the way.
That's what I was looking. So those are in the Castle Keeper's Guide. I'll double
No,
check
that's in
there
the
then.
Monsters and Treasures book.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna start making some potions of invisibility for.
Putting that book on the top of my stack now.
Nice. It does cost a fair amount when you don't to get the components, so that is the and you need time and a lab.
Okay. Well, good
Yeah,
to know though, 'cause
200
next time we
GP
get back.
per level of the spell being turned into a potion.
That's
and then the
expensive.
materials and goods for the laboratory are 1,000 GP per level of the spell being created.
Ooh.
Did you get to at least reuse the lab every time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we can all go in on a lab together.
Yeah, I should say.
If we make it back to civilization.
Silver Boule is completely turned over to a laboratory once again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Actually-
a meth lab in the basement.
Towster keeps blowing up shit in his place. He may have a functioning alchemy lab already.
Yeah, and he won't live too
true.
much longer, so you know. Natural causes, people. Natural causes. At least it looks that way.
He died of natural causes of 6 stab wounds.
No. Fantastic
It was just-
Killer does the job.
It wasn't the stab wounds; it was the blood coming out of them that was the problem.
All right, so you got that, and then so basically each of the what do you call it? The acid, what do you call it? The sacks that he left behind there, Andrew. There
Yeah.
are, I think there's 8 of them. And each of these can, on a hit, it does 1d6 damage, and it continues doing 1d6 damage for 1d4 rounds. So it's like keeps burning. The reason I was asking about the
Okay.
alchemist because you can actually treat that shit to make it into something more stable.
Yeah. Am I gonna be able to carry all of that back with beetle bait?
Yep. Oh yeah.
All right.
That's basically like 2 deer-sized, things on beetle bait. He is quite strong, and you're not in a sprint to get back right now. So, although, what is that you hear rumbling down?
Busy.
Yeah, he disappears into the stone and he leaves you crawling away with all the corpses of the.
Well, that's what I figured this was. I figured it was a trap.
Yeah.
But
No.
yeah. Wow. And I'm dumb. I did not even ask if an insight check is something I could do, or get some sort of like perceive motive or whatever. But it seems to work out. Cool. I will immediately try to make my way back
Okay.
to.
Yeah, you're able to find your way back between yourself and Beetle Bait's nose. You're able to find your way back. So you guys find that he will be returning about an hour and a half after Chael after Knox and Chael and Dorman were preparing their spells. Dorman, I guess you're much shorter. So Cal is pulling up camp. You're waiting a little extra time for where the fuck is Shakti coming back or what? And when he does finally return, you find him bearing a ton of extra meat. Now, what do you guys wish to do?
I think,
Yeah.
and he's got a very he just comes riding in, and Beetlebait, because he's slower and weighted down, he's walking like this, so it almost looks like when a horse is slowly. He's got his pipe smoking as he's coming in, grim faced, real Clint Eastwood look to him right now, I think.
So good hunting. It looks like.
Who owns a shithole?
Who owns this shit? Yeah.
Are we gonna need to cook those to keep those stable?
I would not recommend eating it raw. And I
It looks
throw a
disgusting.
bag. I throw a bag down at John. I'll turn to Calidor and go, yeah, well, not everything down here is going to be a fancy feast wherever you're from, elf.
Cracks
So
open
you
the
smell
bag
this,
and
and
go,
actually, Dorman, if you smell the meat, it's got a quality of pickled eel to it.
Just
or
thinking of I was just thinking he's pretty good, aged a few weeks under the pickling juice.
Yeah. You make some purple worm kimchi. What? So I mean, what you can do is you can spend 2 hours to cook the meat, and then it'll be good for 3 days. Or you can spend more time. You can smoke it. You could dry it. Certainly, lots of places that are away from moisture here.
What do you guys think? Do we want to take a long period of smoking the meat with those war drums going off intermittently in the background?
You can salt it as well, which will make it last. It's good for 3 months, but it increases the need for water by 1.5.
Do we have enough salt?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going
We
to
have
say
enough water.
I believe
Well-
Dorman's devoted at least 20% of his inventory space to spices and other preservatives, so I'm assuming you got
At least 20.
Yeah.
I can create water as a cantrip. As a
Right,
zero
right.
level. I can create
Okay.
water, so
Okay.
I mean, and what was the length? Did you? Yeah. Sorry.
how long to
John.
salt them?
Salting is 12 hours.
What do you guys think? Downtime
But
day?
it can be done while traveling. Take a salting bag while traveling, and then it's good for 12 months. Or for, 3 months.
Okay, so I'll just swing a bag of salt around, shoving grubs in it every now and then, and as we
Well,
go.
again, this is like 2 deers worth of meat. So this is going to be a pretty big, heavy, thing of, you don't have like a salting bag you just stuff stuff in. It's a bag that is sealed with just the salt in it to let it, marinate properly.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Bags
just
do we
draws out moisture.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so probably have Beetle Bait carry it or somebody strong, because I'm guessing 102 meals of grubs weighs a lot.
Yeah, I would think so.
What do you think, Chuck 2? Can we load down Beetle Bait to carry the salt and bags?
That means I gotta walk.
No. I mean, you got
If we're
here.
gonna keep speed, because I'm already no, on Beetlebait I'd be faster than them, but if he's weighted down,
No, I don't think. I think he'll be fine with just that. He doesn't have anything else on him. He's not like there's no barding or anything on him. You're carrying. You travel quite light anyway, so.
yeah, fair enough.
Plus, the more you eat, the lighter you get. So. Don't you guys have a bag of holding?
We do.
We do.
Will it salt inside the bag of holding?
Well, you put the stuff in the salt bag. Salt bag goes into it's like Matryoshka dolls.
Oh, Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
That will work. Totally certainly 100% not a bag.
Okay,
of,
so the DM just helped us out. CK, I mean. That's not,
I abide
that's
by
not good.
dice results because of the nat 20. I got to roll on a neat chart out of this sucker here,
Oh, yeah, I got to get that book. That seems
and
awesome.
it's the beneficial thing that you got was Mysterious Guide.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, it gives you
It just,
extra.
that seems like a
hunting
great book.
successes.
Is that Doug Niles' book?
This
who
is,
wrote
I think,
that?
Doug Niles. Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah, okay,
let's see.
yeah. Who wrote the original Dungeoneer Survival
Yeah.
Guide?
Tilo Graff, Doug Niles, and Stephen Yardley.
Yeah, I've been. It's on my list.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. And they often have bundling deals. So, like with this, and then it's the
Okay.
same one that put together this thing here.
Nice.
Oh,
Rise to
yes,
Drown.
yep.
And it's
Yep.
good. Like it's a monster of a book. It's got some
Wow.
useful shit in it. Yeah, it's fucking huge, and it's very heavy. I'd seriously hurt someone hitting him with this.
Yeah, just quick aside in terms of heavy, crazy, thick books.
Oh my god! Yeah, Weird Frontiers.
Shit.
Yeah.
Weird Frontiers. It is
Oh, yeah, you got
a
it?
monster. Yeah, I did. I
love
backed it. It's great. It's totally
Yeah,
great. Highly recommend
I
it.
think it's really good. It's my favorite DCC rules implementation that I've seen.
Agreed.
Nice.
Yep.
100%. Sorry, not to derail the conversation. Just
Not at all.
Sorry about
it
that.
reminded me that no one else in my life cares about these things. So
I prefer to think of it that as our conversation has a more circuitous route. So,
yeah, fair.
yes, yeah. All right. So then, so you're gonna stuff all that stuff in now because of the time you spent for prepping spells and the time like getting this stuff ready to go. It is going to be probably only about a half day you'll be able to travel. So it'll be a half day's travel, then a day's travel, then a half day's travel, and then you should reach the place underneath Broken Spire Keep.
would.
Which ideally means
That
you
would
should
be
be able to
amazing.
reach the bottom. If all goes as planned, you'll reach the bottom of the crevasse that has that 1,000-foot climb leading up to the where they are stationed.
It's a lot of climbing.
I'll be curious to see when we ultimately do make it there to the spire, how many actual days it wound up taking. It's gonna be interesting.
You guys have been pretty good so far. Now that you've been making the
No, we're doing actually
Yeah.
no. I think it'll be faster than if we had continued overland, and you know, I think it was
Yeah.
a good choice to do it this
well,
way.
plus you guys have a Stalak Tyrant under your belt now, a whole pack of Darrow.
But again, if we make it, that's the key part of this
Like,
question.
just so you wait till you get to day 5, like the shit that I rolled for a random encounter. Just kidding. All right, so then, if you guys are gonna, if there's anything else you wish to do, any spells you wish to prep before or cast beforehand, or is everyone ready to go?
Yeah, I don't
I'm ready to go.
cast spells beforehand.
Yeah.
And tell us about the light situation. Knox, you've got your ever burning stone out.
Continual flamestone, correct?
And I've recovered my sword.
Yes, you have. And I think you've got that moss that's still good as well.
And I do still have the glow moss as
And the
well.
only reason I was thinking you might want to use the moss instead of the sword is that if you stumble and drop the moss, you're not going to be as hurt when it goes pinwheeling down into the darkness than the sword.
This is true.
I
This is true.
just thought of my own hiking experiences with phone replacing sword. There's a few times where I'm like, I don't think it's wise to try and take a photo here.
Yeah.
I'm real paranoid about that. My wife takes all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, I wouldn't do that with my phone.
Oh,
my goofy butt would drop it.
There's a hike here called Yamnuska, or a mountain called Yamnuska, and it's a fucking beautiful hike. It's a little tricky just because it's quite the whole way. It's the first hike I've done where there's a part where I'm genuinely like, yeah, if I misjudge this, I'm dead. Because there's a bit where you shimmy along, they have a chain attached to the back of this thing, and behind you there's about a 250-foot drop, and your fall is broken by scree. So you have to shimmy along it and just kind of go along the chain. It's heavy gauge chain. It's bolted into the wall and whatnot. There's a good, plenty good footing on it, but you do have to lean back a little bit. So I was feeling like if I fall here, there ain't no coming back from this. Like they strategize to recover the body before scavengers get to it. It's not a matter of calling the, ambulance.
I'm afraid to walk it just into the Hollywood Hills. So forget it. No, thank you.
All right. What do you call it? Then, if you guys are traveling for today, we get to do overland travel underground. So, guys, let's start with Shuk2. Shuk2, would you kindly give us a D6 roll? Oh, a 2D6 roll, please.
2d6? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, a 3 and a 2. Ooh, boy.
For some reason, I thought we were like right there by the base of the thing.
No, that's what I was saying. Like the drums that you're hearing is because like they'll travel miles through those structure. You're
okay,
moving from like you have been traveling along this crevasse, and then branching off from it to the south have been those dwarven tunnels or the dwarven mines. You're now moving into what were like they're called war works. It's when like a subterranean civilization goes to war with another one. They build a specific type of passageway to get through, designed to like pinch off forces or to like supplement them. But what it particularly for orcs it does, and dwarves do something similar, is it carries sound quite well. So if you need to have certain tunnels, if you need to give a message to your full army, that's the way you do it. And they just seem to do it all the time here. So Shuk2, you are scrambling along ahead of everyone as you're making your way along here. I imagine you are one of the ones on point. And what you find at one point is you take a turn where you're leading along and you think everyone's following you, but the rest of the party has gone in another direction. You all come out into the same large chamber, but you're like 70 feet above them and they're closer below. The sides here, though, are a little unstable. So what I need from you is a dexterity test, please, against a challenge level of 2. Oh. Dex is
I mean,
your
it is
prime,
my
right?
primary.
Yeah, how far?
That's
are you
Okay, so
off?
actually, you're only off by 1.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's
Spend one
an
luck.
easy. I'll pay a luck.
So
That's
you,
easy.
Nice.
with the broken bits of, like, there are some, like, shattered bits of ladders and whatnot, or climb holes that allowed things to move in different directions in this giant chamber. You sort of traverse them, make your way down, and no problems. Dorman, would you kind of give us a 2d6 roll, please? 1, ooh, and a 3. So Dorman, for you, this is just proving to be a fairly challenging endeavor. Maybe it's traveling so deep underground, the air doesn't feel quite as good. Maybe it's carrying so much stuff. Maybe it's moving, just, the slopes are a little harder for yours. I'm going to need but you're feeling really exhausted. I'm going to ask you to give us a Constitution check against a DC of 17.
Okay. It's my secondary.
Yeah.
So
There you go. No problem. So holy shit, like, this is hard. You guys have not climbed any mountains or anything like that before. The last time it was this taxing is probably the swamp, but that had a different sort of quality to it.
over here, like, stop using all my air, you guys.
And as you're going along, the whole time, goo, 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 is echoing along these things now that you're moving into the actual warworks. Cal, would you give us a 2d6 roll as well? Six.
7.
No, because we take each individually.
Oh,
A 6 and a 1.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cover both ends of the
So I
spectrum.
think yours is going to be a strength thing.
So at this point, actually, I'm going to need what is? Let's see here. Cal, I need a charisma check for you, please.
Oh,
Against a DC of 19.
Oh,
maybe do some dancing.
nothing I can do
I
against
love
that.
you, Rob.
So you need 7 more to make
Yeah,
that
I
a
don't
success.
have that much yet.
I'll give you
Do you
2.
have any hero point?
What? The reroll won't help me that much. I guess I
Right,
rolled
okay.
a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I rolled a 4.
Your hero points regenerate a lot slower than what your luck does. Remember, you
No,
get
I
half.
know.
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 of my Lux.
I'll just take the penalty of the day of travel. Whatever
No.
I
Well-
can't.
That's yeah.
Here's
If
the
we can
thing.
share luck points, so I'll give you 2 of mine.
Yeah? Okay.
We can
And I
donate
can-
to you.
Well,
I can
okay,
help you
that's
out,
fine. I
too.
can go to 0.
You sure? I could. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, what's the difference? All right.
Okay.
Thanks, John.
Well, life and death.
So
Yeah.
here's what's happened is that you've got to the point, Cal. Let's see if you can roleplay this a little. Cal is grousing so much, it's driving the rest of the party fucking crazy.
Maybe he's upset about not being able to hunt as well as Chuck too.
Well, and he can't see further than the end of a torch,
I mean,
right?
I'm blind. I hate it down here. I'm not very happy underground. I'll tell you that.
Fortunately, the rest of the
daylight,
campaign,
and I like.
the rest of the campaign has nothing to do with the underground.
No, and like
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I thought we were like there. I thought we were like, oh, the drums, great. We're like at the castle. We're gonna be back up above ground right away. And then you're like, no, it's miles away. And it's just like, oh, great, miles away. What the hell?
So since it's you, and you can tell, like, through the whole day of travel, he's just fucking bitching and bitching and bitching and grousing about everything, even anything that anyone does to try and help him, he grouses about. But Dorman is the one who really seems to make the difference here. What do you think Dorman does to?
I'm guessing that that's the reason why I was so tired today is mostly getting in front of him, keeping him from like turning around and going back the other direction. It's like, calm down, we're almost there.
Yeah. Do you have some sweet treat you've been saving?
I think I might
Taste
actually.
of home.
Give him some candy.
I will tell you, he's going to be up all night. Just warning you.
I do have a little bit of leftover pickled eels if you'd like.
I can't tell you. I did what I do every year and just put a little sign out front with the candy because I don't want to knock on the door to get Anna all crazy.
Oh yeah.
This year, was the first year living here, I ran out of candy. And it was really
wow.
good for me.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some years you just have, I'm sure at the end some asshole kid just was like, "Ugh," and just took everything. But
Yeah.
they didn't steal my sign, didn't steal, and then whatever, like, being out of candy, that's great. I don't need it, but I really wanted it. I really wanted some leftover candy.
For once.
Someone should have bought themselves a second box.
Look,
Yeah.
next-
Put out.
yeah. I'm always
good.
worried about it having way too much candy left over and then consuming it all.
Yep.
That's our problem this year. We only had, because it was raining here, so like
Oh.
there were maybe, I think, 25, 30 kids the whole night. And so we have like 2 full boxes. We were so excited this year. We were going to be that awesome house. We even bought a
Full-size
box
candy
from
bar.
Costco of full bars. We were going to full
Oh.
bars out to like the
You
best
are that
houses we
house.
saw.
Yeah.
And it was just so like, because usually we'll sit out on the driveway in our costumes and like get into it and everything because we love Halloween, but not in this weather. So
Yeah.
Well, if you want somebody to help you out, I can send somebody on a plane to your house to have whatever candy you have left.
childcare is expensive in this house, George.
Darwin's been the youngest to get on the
Well,
no-fly list.
Exactly. He did.
And I
He did
cannot
officially
promise
get-
that he will not be utterly corrupted by the time he gets back to you.
Well, look, I've already done my best to make sure that already happened. But no, the reason he can go to your house, Andrew, is that he just got his passport.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's raring to go.
Okay. Well, he's good. Yeah, well, you guys... Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys are hitting Shotland.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
cool. All right, so then... so, Cal, yeah, what do you think it is that he gave him there, Dorman? What's
Well,
this?
if he's not interested in the leftover pickled eels that I have from up above, I probably have been.
Huh?
Yeah. Whoa.
I have been holding on to the kind of like a toffee that is left over that we served as treats at the Silver Brulee.
I'll take that.
Nice.
Thank you.
For all the orphans left by Andrew's player character.
Right.
Okay.
At this point, oh my God, Tanev, that's his name. Jesus, it's only been a couple weeks.
It's only been a couple
We're gonna play
sessions.
for a year.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Tanev. At this point, Tanev is
He's
going to be
gone.
some freaking ornament above the hearth of the Silver Brulee.
Well, it'll be easy to find because it's the one statue that's got a frozen tear coming down from its eye.
Exactly.
All right. Chael, would you give us a 2d6 roll, please?
Straight 2d6. Here
Yeah,
we go.
straight 2d6. Here we go. Okay. So you know what? This is actually grating on you a little bit as well. Maybe it's an elven thing. Some of these structures are a little like it's not comfortable travel to get through here. I think Chael's actually got a higher. Would you have a better charisma? Secondary.
I don't. Well, I probably do have better charisma.
Yeah,
than him. Let me look.
secondary for you. And so,
Yeah.
would you kind of give us a charisma check against a DC of 17?
All right, come on now.
Easy
go.
peasy. So I think it's one of those things where maybe like you were pissed off about the thing, but because Cal was so much more prominently angry about it, that you were just choosing either to like good-naturedly join in or whatever. But both of you guys managed to get under control to the point where you're not affecting the rest of the party. And then finally, Knox. 2d6 roll, please.
2 and a 1.
Okay. Actually, and this is easy. There's a couple of places where you're having to move some debris out of the way. There's some of this stuff has either collapsed in. And so why don't you give us let's see here, Knox, a strength check against a DC 11.
Okay. Let's see. What happens?
Nat
20. Oh, nat
20.
20.
Nat 20. What do you think?
Nice.
Anything? I'll take a pitch for any crit result from this, from your exercising your strength.
Yeah. Is there? What's the like a specific circumstance?
May I make here's a suggestion.
Or they're already there.
What if, as you're breaking this stuff apart, you collect everything, thinking ahead that you'll need firewood? You don't need to spend any time looking for firewood tonight.
That's perfect. That's great. So yes, yeah, absolutely, I love it.
So at the end of a day's travel, you guys find yourself looking for a campsite. So let's see what kind of campsite you're going to find now. All right.
At least somebody's doing something valuable.
I do love the black and white art in this too. It has a real like Errol Otis kind of and Bill Willingham kind of vibe to it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay.
And Kevin, that's it was a 5e book, right? It's
5e book.
Agnostic. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Which I think now makes it count as a classic edition.
Yeah, that's right. Remember that old edition? Yeah. It's an OSR game now, somehow.
Now.
Look, you, Will, and I, we're on the same page about everything. So.
Okay. So would you give us, let's see here, who's looking for the campsite, guys? I need 2 people to roll. Who's feeling lucky?
I mean, Calidor and I guess, probably makes sense.
Okay.
The ranger.
Why don't you each give us a 2d10 roll? I'll take yours as the site and yours as the features there. All right, so... Okay. Shuck 2, give us a 1d4 roll, please. Okay. So this is a little cramped. What you find is a cave that's set up in a little bit. It would be ideal for 2 medium-sized creatures. So that basically means you can fit the 2 gnomes and one of the other in there. Everyone else will be sleeping kind of outside or elsewhere. The only advantage to this particular campsite is it would basically be impossible for things to spot you because of where it's the height that it's set up and where it goes in. So you're not going to be able to fit enough of you in there, but some of you would effectively be invisible to random encounters.
If the people want to sleep outside, wants not to move, and I can cast Invisibility Sphere, we might make us safe.
And so Invisibility Sphere, it's 10-foot radius. Is that
yes, right? And it casts it on a person. As long as you don't move out of it or attack, you're invisible for.
It still means things couldn't be moving up and down. They might smell you, but that high up, it would be almost impossible for them to reach you. That's why it's... what you could do is just continue traveling. You would add another hour to your travel and try and look for a different site. What do you guys think?
I'll leave it to the scouts here who are, that you guys have. What do you think? Do you think you could find a place that's a better option? Or, I mean, this isn't terrible.
Being unseen down here certainly has its advantages, but it's not going to be comfortable.
Well, it's
I
not
say that
comfortable
because I just assume that that's a priority for all of you upper dwellers.
Oh, that's a good burn. And you're not wrong. For me.
Just how often have we been attacked in the night the last couple times, though?
We have. I'm okay with going another hour, A, to make a little bit more distance, and B, maybe find a better option. And we still have Dorman's spell, as a backup if we need it.
You could likely double back to find this place as well.
And come back here, Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah,
we're not going backwards. Once we go forwards, we go forwards.
We don't have much more coffee.
Okay. So then, Cal and Shuktu, why don't you each give us a 2d10 roll once again, please? Don't roll at an 11, Shuktu. Oh. Okay, so roll a 1d4. You're going to want to roll a higher number this time.
Nope.
Oh my god.
It's like, I know exactly
so
what
actually
these
if it's
spots
3
are.
medium, so that means only one of you would be sleeping outside at this thing. And in this area, though, what'd you roll, Cal? 18? What you find is a broken statue inside that that little cyst. You can't tell. It looks like it's kneeling and it's praying. You can't see its head's gone. Cal, give us an intelligence check, please.
Intelligence. Secondary
Nice.
for me.
Okay. So, Cal, here's the interesting thing about this broken statue, though. You know what it reminds you of? The statuary that you found at the bottom of, what do you call it? Thistletop, or the bottom of Thistletop Warren. It has elven characteristics. Very old and broken, so you can't see where the head is, and whatever the head was is long gone. But yeah, it's there is a quality to the what do you call it? An elven quality to it.
Well, I would definitely point it out to the other elf. Chael,
Yeah.
you see this? Look, elven to you?
Give us an intelligence check, Chael,
Sure.
please.
That is secondary.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, it's just like Cal. This is identical. Very the artistry in here and the style of it, like with the base of this thing, is a statue that looks like it's kneeling and praying. The top, like from the shoulders and whatnot, is broken off, but the style is almost identical to what you saw at the bottom of Thistletop Worm.
What do you think it means?
Wow.
This means something.
Does it?
So you can fit 3 medium-sized creatures in here. You could, of course, I think Knox has his wand. You could use that to shape the size. It will take some time, but you could shape this by using up some charges to fit more people in here, if you so chose.
Yeah, the staff.
Isn't it your wand? Wand of Earth and Stone? Isn't that the one that allows
Well,
you?
so the Wand of Earth and Stone can only do 2 things: move Earth and pass wall.
Ah,
But I'm going to double check the Apocalypse staff. Doesn't get said often enough. Just to see, because I feel like there was control. Sorry, I'm quickly looking through it. No, it doesn't. I cannot shape stone using the staff either. I have lots of other options, but that's not one of them. And I do not know the spell, but I should learn it ultimately, because that's a nice elemental spell to have.
okay. So you do not have the capacity to do that?
No, not with any of my magic items, nor my actual spells that I know.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So then, what would you guys like to do? Keep try and jam yourself in here. Do what Dorman did. Make use of invisibility for whoever sleeps outside, or do you?
And it's only one of us this time, correct?
This time there are 2 of you who could. Basically, only one medium-sized creature would have to sleep outside. And this the thing is, that's it. There's no extra protection on this one though. That last one, its feature was that thing that it was hard to spot. This one, the feature is this strange statue. It's not. This is less of a natural structure. It seems as if like this is it was a room that partially collapsed, perhaps, or was sealed off, or the whoever dug this tunnel gained access to it. This is old as well. Like, this is as old as those ruins that you saw in at the bottom of Heathertop Warren. So this shit dates back to perhaps the Crown Wars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Dorman, your spell of invisibility, does it have to be, can you cast it on a spot and then leave that location, or do you have to be in the vicinity to keep it?
You have to remain within for it to.
By you as the caster.
Oh, I
You
can
walk
go
away.
I can. If I cast it on myself, it'll extend out from me, and if I leave you, you'll reappear and you won't disappear again.
But it
will
cannot be
follow.
cast on. Can it be cast on an object, like on a or a location, or it only is on a person, a
I believe
creature?
it's centered on me, but
Okay.
I will check
I'm
my
only
notes
asking
in my
'cause I'm-
spellbook real quick.
I'm asking because if one person has to stay outside, it would either then have to be just you, or you with somebody else accompanying you, so you're not there by yourself. But if we're able to be cast on a location, then other
Yeah,
people can be outside.
The sphere has to be centered on me.
Okay.
I do have invisibility spells I can cast separately on different people.
That's interesting too. Well, Calidor, I know you do not wish to go backwards, and I don't disagree with you. The advantage of that is we have additional protection from being spotted, but we have to travel up 1 hour back, and then tomorrow another hour back to this point.
You could push on another hour ahead. It is going to affect your fatigue check for tomorrow. You're already. This is sort of in for a penny, in for a pound. You want to push another hour
Yeah.
and try and find something new?
Well, I could whip us up something good to eat to give us a bonus on our exhaustion check. So
Okay, well, I am all for continuing ahead and seeing if we have a better option. What do the rest of you think?
Dave's back now. He said, "You need a dwarf." He's in
Yeah,
chat.
well, yes, we always need a dwarf.
Late's always better than never, Dave. If you're welcome to jump in.
Yep.
Jump in, come on.
So, do you want to push on, or do you want to?
I do.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So then,
3.
All right. Fair enough.
Cal and Shuck2, would you kindly give us another 2d10 roll? Now, Shuck2, I cannot stress this enough.
You know, fine. You guys aren't satisfied with the places I find you. I'm trying to be a good host, but you guys are too dainty. Fine.
Shuck2,
Just-
20.
I rolled the
Better.
11 this time.
Two
Better
tens.
fucking make you happy. Because now I'm giving you my secret place. This
Hey,
is my
this is
place.
interesting.
It only fits one gnome.
Right, exactly.
familiar.
Yeah.
And that one you really got to jam in there. It's like, you ever try to put toothpaste back in a tube? No.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
you
exactly.
find is that there's actually a fairly open area, and there seems to be it's a side passage away from here, and there's a sound you'd heard. That's what sort of got your attention. When you get into this area, what you find is that from somewhere down below, it's only like a crack that comes out, but there is a very hot wind that is blowing up from down below. But it's pretty relaxing. Like, this kind of feels like you can easily fit all of you in here, but it's almost like, that cozy bit by the fire before it gets too hot. That's where you are. This room is just like going to be a beautiful place to, after the damp and the cold and the wind of that, what do you call it? You actually would be able to properly dry out all your clothes as well.
Oh, that would be nice.
I've got some mosquito
once.
nets, some tart material, and Chael, you can cast moisten, right? We can have a sauna.
Yeah, create water and we'll get her done.
If someone's got a ladle in their control.
Of course I do.
Yeah. This place would be ideal. I don't think anyone is suffering from any kind of infections or anything right now, but this is the kind of place that really would help with that as well. Shuck2, you would know that this is one of those. It must be connected to something further down below, where there's like healthy air that's coming up. This is it may actually be like a when the war works are in use. This may be a hospital, effectively. It's a place they bring injured warriors to recover.
Sounds great to me.
Well, hopefully this will meet your high tastes.
Yes. Quit finding us holes in the wall. Thank you.
So, then, if this is to everyone's liking, you will be able to sleep here. Here's an added benefit for it. You're not taking any extra penalties to your fatigue checks tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Yep.
Sounds good.
It's a very
That's
relaxing,
awesome.
place. It's going to be very good. Now, so long as you don't have any random encounters. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Dave, you may have, because you joined us late, you may not have heard our jokes before about you missing yet another opportunity to regain your spells. Because you missed the morning again. Not to add further incentive to jump in.
So come on and join so you can prepare.
Yeah, here's the time, because we're about to take a rest.
Come take a nap with us.
Everyone is taking their rest for the evening. You take your times. Dorman, you said, are you going to make the your spicy meatball once again, or are you...
After the day Calidor has had, yes.
Okay. So then, would you give us a flat D20 roll?
7.
Ooh. So your stock is fine. Hasn't depleted yet. You need to fail that, or you need to succeed in the check for it to deplete.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, you guys will be having a nice meal for tonight. So Dorman's making the meals. Who's setting up camp? Knox has got the firewood already, so you're good for that.
Yes. Yeah, I was just going to mention that.
And because of the crack and the way this thing flows out on the top too, like there's great, what do you call it? Great airflow in here too, so you don't need to worry about accidentally suffocating yourself.
Yeah, I'll work on setting up camp, I think.
Okay. Cal and Shuktu, what do you guys want to do with your time available? Want to go hunting again, or are you good for...
I mean, I think...
why don't you go hunting, Chuck, too?
Look at this.
all our smack talk, he finally felt guilted into coming.
Yeah.
Hunting, I mean, I did well with hunting, but I also snapped a bowstring in the last battle, so I'd actually like to...
Oh, I can fix that for you.
I'd like to fix...
cool.
I'd like to fletch a few arrows and work on my bow, and... Oh, did you say you can help me?
I can cast a mending spell to fix that bowstring for you.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, I can also forage and just find other... I mean, we could do both these things, because
He
it's
has a
good to
couple of
have
extras
spares.
with him, I imagine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're willing to fix the bow, then
Well,
that
yeah, I
also
mean,
fixes this quick.
I also picked up a bow, so if you want to make me an extra string.
Sure. Well, I'll make string. I'll make a couple bow strings, and
Okay.
you can fix my bow.
There we go. Let me make sure Dave's got vision here. He does. He's good to go. All right. And here we go. Dave is in. Dave, welcome back.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Dave.
Gang's all here.
Awesome.
All right. So this is where, let me see, where are those stats for the underground Fang Dragon?
Thanks for coming, Dave. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us have to go.
Dave, would you give
Have
us
fun.
a roll your luck and add divide by 2 rounding down and add that to your current luck? There you go. Look at that. For some
nice.
maxed out luck right now.
Wow.
Okay, so then you guys have a relaxing evening. Yeah, Dorman makes a really spicy bit of, what do you think? You make use of some of that salted
Yes.
grub?
I'm going to dig into the grub, but I'm going to use some of the smoked deer meat as well, and then a bit of spice.
Okay.
So it's
Shuktu,
salty grub meatballs and...
Why don't you give us
ground
a
up deer
wisdom check, please? Ooh.
I feel like I'm gonna snap the bow again.
So let me see here. Wisdom is your secondary, right?
Yes.
So this is why I need
secondary.
that fucking Staples link to work again, because I need to print off updated character sheets for everybody. I don't have Shuktu's right now. So that would cost you, 12. It would cost 4 luck to get that to a success.
I'll donate 1.
Okay.
I mean, we're also
got
at
some.
1042, but
Yeah, I've got like 7 luck. I got plenty.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 more. Like 2
Okay.
for me.
Okay, hold on. So 1 from Dorman, 2 from Knox.
Knox.
So
And
I
then
would
what?
need 2 more. I would need 1.
2 more?
One's
No.
coming from Druin.
1 more.
Whoa,
One more.
okay. I can pay for some of this on my own.
No, I got you.
Well,
I got you.
Okay, so I have 3 between Dorman and Knox, so I can pay
Yes.
2.
No, you only need 1. You only need 4.
yeah, you
Then I
four.
only need the
Drew
1.
got it.
Okay,
Okay.
then that's fine. So
Okay.
we're good.
All right. So what that was for is to find a source of water. You find a source of. Look at that. Nice.
That's for someone in our Brodo in our chat who's talking about his favorite candy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I happen to have one literally on my desk because it's also my favorite candy.
It
And
was
I'm making
great.
sure that a certain someone does not find it, which is why it's up here.
Oh man. Oh gosh, I think I may have to skip the dishes tonight from 7-Eleven.
Just get the dark chocolate Reese's Pieces. Mwah.
So then, what do you guys? Shakti, you're rolling for is a source of water. So you're able to everyone's water is you get sufficient water for the day, and you're filled up again. And then with that night, the night passes uneventfully. I'm as disappointed
Wow.
as you guys are. The
No,
drums continue
no.
throughout the night.
Right.
Okay. Then it is so the next day. Druin, I think, is the only one who requires time to prep spells. So, Druin, how much time do
Yeah,
you
I
need to prep your
didn't-
spells?
Missed anything.
Remember, spells are only 15 minutes per spell. That's still
No
3
matter
hours.
what the level is.
He must have used all of them.
Maybe.
Oh, you're muted,
We
Dave.
burned through a
Or
lot
at
of
least I
healing
can't.
spells
I
last
can't hear you.
I don't
time.
hear.
We did.
Dave, we don't hear you.
That's a lot of spell slots, though. I feel like.
He's not muted.
Don't
Well,
worry, Dave's
that's
not
14
here
spell
anymore.
slots.
Oh, he's level 8, so it could very well be.
That's possible.
Yeah.
It's been a while since you had a chance to prep spells.
I
Put that in there once
have
again.
I have 15 spell slots, not counting my cantrips. So
Yeah, so that would definitely take.
Yeah, okay, so that's possible.
Dave, can you hear us? Yeah. So I don't know why we can't hear you.
Yeah.
That's weird.
As long as if 3.5 hours is right, that's
Yeah,
good
yeah,
to
that's
know.
right. That's right. Okay. So then what do you got? Well, actually, you know what? You guys had a half day. Basically, it's just going to add a day of travel because you guys had traveled a half day the next day. Let's roll for exhaustion then.
Right.
Oh, let's not.
you guys
Okay.
can. Do we
So-
get +2 from the meal I prepped?
Let me see here. They will. Yes. So starts as a challenge level 1. This is 2. I think I forgot to do it for you guys yesterday. This is 3rd day of travel now. So that means it's CL3. But not for Shuk2. It's CL2 for Shuk2 because he's a ranger. And no extras for that. So currently it's a CL2. So then everyone give us a what do you call it? Constitution check against a CL2. So your target level +2. Or challenge base +2.
Oh no!
I'm fine.
Thank God.
Nat 20 from Cal.
Nice one, Jeff.
Nat 20 from Druin. Holy shit.
Wow.
Fuck
Chuck
yeah.
2 had a big day yesterday, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I gotta use all my luck, and I'm also gonna need help from others.
I've got
plenty.
2
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
You got 2 from me.
How much
Okay,
more do
so-
you need?
My Constitution is secondary. My CB is 14. I got
So
a
it's
10, so I don't know how far I'm
6
off.
you need.
Well,
Yeah.
I need 6? Oh, okay. Well, then I'll use
so 2
all
for
mine.
me, so you need 4.
I only need 1 because I used all 5
I
of
can give
mine.
you one. No
So
problem.
there we go. We're
Okay.
good.
There we go. All right.
Thank you, Jen.
So the next day, you guys get up. You are fit and ready to go. I think we've got time to do another day's travel as well.
Great.
Exciting. All right.
We're
Dave,
getting
can
so
you hear us
close.
still? Let's see if we can hear Dave now. Marco?
Hello. I don't
No,
hear
still
my
not yet.
end.
Yeah, I don't hear him either.
No.
But his spell slots he indicated were right, so that's all correct.
Okay. Perfect. So then for your half day's travel, Druin, I'll put this back in. If you, Dave, I'm not sure Dave wants to
Another time.
jump out of
It's
the
weather down here.
call and get back in. Dave, would you give us a... Oh, he is. Yeah, he's just left the call, so he's going to come back in. Would you give us... Oh, he can't hear us. So there you go. Strategy, guys. If you guys want to avoid having to make the checks.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sorry, Kev, I can't hear you. Okay.
You
here we go.
need a 2 what for me? No, just...
You know, what I'm going to do is I will go right to left this time. So, Knox, you're up first. Give us a 2d6 roll, please.
Go. 2 and a 4.
Okay. 2 and a 4. Once again, it's a strength check for you, please. But this is going to be a little bit more difficult. I think there's at one point where you're really putting your shoulder in to help out, clear out a bit of a collapsed tunnel. That just seems to be a bit of a faster way rather than doubling back. Why don't you give us a... So this will be a challenge level of 4, so it's a 14 strength check for you.
14, yep, that's right. Here we go.
No problem.
Man, today is going well for me.
All right. Then Chael, once again, 2d6 roll, please.
All right, here we go. Come on, mouse.
Okay. 4. So this is interesting.
Can you hear me now?
We can, yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Welcome back.
The variety.
Both to the call and to Cowtown.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about snow right now.
Seriously. So in 2 weeks, both of us have been hit by a fucking blizzard coming back from Winnipeg.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Okay.
Don't go to Winnipeg, I guess.
Seriously.
Yeah, apparently. That's the lesson.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Well, actually, the funny thing, I got after the blizzard, I hit driving back, and my dad's like, "Well, I guess you shouldn't drive in October anymore." And I'm like, "It's happened one time in like 15 years, like,
Right.
and I got through it. Like, it sucked driving that long, but I mean,
Right.
this is
No,
why I
maybe
drive a Jeep,
it's you guys are coming to Manitoba and not coming to see me, so you're cursed.
of course."
That's right.
All right, so Chill, what it is you can, there's some quality of change to the drums that you've heard, and you think that there might be, maybe you guys need to re-strategize where you're going because something else might be coming through here. So if you want to be able to come across come across the Orcish settlement unawares, running into, because here's the thing, you can probably handle yourselves against orcs,
Right.
but if one gets away,
They let everybody else know.
that means an entire settlement either aware that you're there or worse, on the hunt for you as you're trying to approach. So what you need is an intelligence check against a challenge level of 3. I think intelligence might be one of your favorite, isn't it?
No, it's
Secondary. So you need a 17 intelligence to strategize a way to avoid this encounter. Yeah! Easy peasy. So you work your way around and avoid that encounter. Let's see here. Cal, 2d6 roll, please.
Oh, come on, big money.
There we go. You got a strength. Roll 2. That's the first one.
No.
4. You know what? You're going to need to help out with this, it seems. You guys are going to have to work together on this. And this is actually going to be pretty challenging. I think there's actually a second group. They're doing a search pattern. Again, orcs, you can fault them for many fucking things. Cannibalism being one of those things. Not being effective hunters is not a fault.
Yeah.
So I think that sentence had 3 knots in it. So
Yeah.
So you need me to roll intelligence too? That's
you're
what
double
you're
negative. Let's let it prove positive.
A triple negative. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is an intelligence check once again,
saying? Yeah, okay.
which is your secondary. So actually, it's only a 19 I need from you.
I don't have any freaking luck,
Jeff.
though.
Oh.
He needs 7 luck.
Oh my god, I don't even know if we have 7 total.
Druin's
huh?
got 7.
Do you have a
got
hero
5.
point?
Chill's got
do.
5. And I don't want to tell you how to strategize here, but those of you who have not rolled yet
I'm holding mine.
may still need their luck. Those who have rolled, I mean, you guys can all spend on each other anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'd actually
mean,
hedge for
yeah.
the hero points because he rolled a 3.
Ooh. Oh yeah, you could spend a hero point and reroll.
Yeah, I
if
was
you
gonna
like.
say that's why I think that's always my strategy. Is you rolled very low.
All right. Okay.
Hero point it.
Do
Here
it.
we go. Okay. Big money. Come
Come
on.
on, Jeff.
It could go lower.
Yeah.
There you go.
Easy peasy. Between the two of you guys,
Attaboy.
you find that second one as well too. You find a second passage. You make your way along. There's actually, it seems like it's a place that's specifically up like a blind, like a hunter's blind. You can hear a patrol go by, not far away, and you're able to carry on through the warworks. Dorman, would you give us a 2d6 roll, please? All this going over to the side and climbing up things, it's a constitution check again. For Dorman.
This is what I get for being one of the shortest people
So Dorman,
without
this is
something to write.
That's
17. Constitution check, please.
Okay, come on. Jeff.
Just on the nose. Nice.
Bingo.
Okay, so once again, you're keeping. I mean, we all knew this before, but he may cook something a lot better, but he is tough as a nickel steak. Then Shuck 2. Would you give us a 2d6 roll, please?
2d6. Ugh.
Hey, that is.
We'll see. That could be in the middle.
Oh,
We'll
actually, it's
see.
gonna be pretty easy for you. Once again,
Nice.
You got this is a dexterity check. Is dexterity your favorite or secondary?
I believe it is primary. Yes, it is.
Dex check against 11. Once again, you've scampered off somewhere else, and it's just some maneuvering you need to do to get yourself back to where your allies are.
Come on, Andrew.
Dex check, not nat 1.
Come on. Boom.
There you go.
Yes.
Easy.
Right.
Toop, toop, toop. You and Beetlebait are just like, scampering up and down the walls. There's no difficulty whatsoever.
Need to give me one of those.
Which leads it down to Druin.
Yes.
Would you give us a 2?
Let me get this straight. Am I trying to attract the orcs to fight them, or are we trying to not?
Give us a
Got plenty of orcs ahead.
2d6 roll, please. Let's see what challenge is before you.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh, so it actually is a little bit of fancy footwork. There's a bit where you guys have you have to sort of scramble down a bit of scree. There's a collapsed bit of warworks that goes down a fair bit. Druin, this is just you trying to keep your footing as you're going down. So we need a dexterity test against, let's see here, Druin. Dex is a tertiary, so it's a 19 for you.
No, Dex is his secondary intelligence.
Oh,
is
right. Let me mark that right now. Hold on. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we switched that. I forgot about
okay,
that.
this is why I need to get Staples. Let me print shit again, please.
And for some reason, every time I log in, I have to change that because it leaves dexterity with secondary and tertiary checked, and intelligence with secondary and tertiary checked.
Well, I didn't mention this to you, Dave, but between games, I go back in and I switch them.
Keeping on your toes.
Just, yeah, see if you're paying attention.
So this is a secondary test, so then that means it is only a 15 you're rolling against.
All right, so Dex check.
Yep.
All right,
Perfect.
I need a beard for that.
I don't know if he told us guys on stream, because we played on Friday. Dave went to check his door and he forgot he had it on.
Yeah,
No, I didn't know.
I went to go answer the door, and my neighbor's like, "What's going on?"
Practicing for Halloween.
That's awesome.
Play games, stuff, questions.
Like
All right.
nowadays, people don't really bat an eye at it too, but it was pretty funny for the first bit of the pandemic when I'd be answering the door and I'd be wearing a suit on top and shorts underneath. So my mullet suit.
Right. Yeah.
All right, I need
okay.
to go some.
Here we go.
What was the total?
Oh, 14. You needed a 15.
5 more.
You need one more.
Oh, 15?
Yeah, he's
oh,
only,
one
yeah.
more.
Just need one
Right,
luck,
it is-
Druin.
we switched it, yeah.
I'll just burn one of my luck then.
Okay. So you sort of you pinwheel down, but you slide. Your arms are pinwheeling, but you slide your way down. And after a half day's travel, guys, you guys are one day off from reaching the base of the Orcish
Yes.
camp. Before we call it a session, let's just see about your campsite. So, Shuck 2 and Cal, would you give us a 2d10 roll each, please? Shuck 2, nice. And Cal, an 8. Okay, so this is interesting. So the cave you find is daubed with strange ideograms and motifs.
Mm-hmm. Are they spiral in nature?
I knew that was.
Give us a, let's see here. Actually, Knox, since you're the one who said it, why don't you give us a 1d10 roll?
Yeah. 1d10. Here we go.
They could be.
I don't know which is better, 1 or 10, but we'll see where we come out here. A 2.
Okay. Yeah, these. It's strange because they're actually etched into the stone, and it seems like they are like. It's like when someone's setting mortar, you know, and before it hardens, someone tries to put a design in it or something, and then it sets. It's like that, but this is natural raw stone, like unfinished, unworked stone in this chamber. Someone has somehow drawn with their fingers all these unusual designs within here. Shale and Cal, why don't you each give us a intelligence check, please?
Well, there's no swirls. All right.
Oh,
Yeah, Cal. So this is, and maybe because you guys are from different. Cal's from not from the Lendor Isles.
Yeah, he's from Maine.
Yeah. So, Cal, this is just. It's a cruder version of it, but these are similar. Remember when I was describing the chamber at the bottom of, I mean, this is 3 years ago, an offhand description of stuff, so I'm sure you've got it foremost in your mind.
Yes.
We've
always.
only played, let's say we play
Yeah.
about 2 sessions a week with you. It's been 3 years. That means it's about 300 sessions, give or take, that we've played between then. So
Okay.
I
Wait,
know
I already
you
know
know
where you're
this,
going.
but
Yeah,
let me
I've already
remind
figured
you.
it out.
Heathertop Warren.
At the
in
base of
Elf-
Heathertop Warren, do you remember how I described that there were in the top of there was that chamber at the bottom where there were ghosts, but there were a bunch of statues down there. In the walls, there was a design aesthetic that was up on the top and the bottom of it, I think I described it as like an Arabic style of like geometric designs as opposed to trying to represent something. This seems like a crude effort to replicate many of those symbols.
Oh.
And they stood out for you because
Interesting.
they seem like there are other patterns. Because those structures were so old, they've evolved over time in the same way that, like, you know, like, I don't know, like any other symbol may over time evolve. Or like letters of an alphabet, you know, over the course of transmission to different peoples and different cultures and different times. But this is distinctly, it's as if elves came in here and somehow, you know, made markings in the stone with their fingers to approximate what they are. Because it's elvish make, they're still quite precise. They're just not, they did not use the same tools that were used to craft that chamber in Heathertop Warren.
I remember that chamber because I wanted to try to figure out what those symbols meant, and we couldn't figure out anything. They were just like a mystery as to what they were.
And was it something that Knox was really interested in at that time? So, if Calidor remembers that, he would point these out, like remind you of that.
I think you know him really well, and he's always interested in signs and portents and all of these kinds of things.
Yeah.
So I think you would remember that he was like fascinated by what we saw, but was frustrated by not being able to figure out what they meant.
Right. You know, Knox, these remind me of the ones from Heathertop Warren.
Wait, let me see. And I kind of move up and I take a look. I'm like,
Yeah. Give us an
Yes.
intelligence check, please,
Right.
Knox.
All right, intelligence check. Here we go. 21.
Yeah, so you're not, you haven't had a huge opportunity to study them in great detail, but like I think because if those stood out to Knox before, when you did have an opportunity to look at, you know, to have access to further information, maybe talking to Tauster, then or talking to Elanian, these are, it's invocations and wards. Like this is almost like this place again has been turned over into and if it wasn't for the fact that, like, absent magic, the only way you can conceive of being able to move that magic is, like, this is months, if not years, of slowly working that stone until it wears down. But it doesn't look like it's worn down. It looks like it's just been as if it was soft mud.
Right. And I'm theorizing here. You don't have to answer this question. This is just not theorizing out loud. I don't know, Calidor, there are many magics that can affect the elements, whether it's fire or water, but also stone. I wonder, perhaps these symbols were somehow made using the ability to affect stone, turn it into a different substance, and then let it turn back into a stone form and make these symbols permanent here, despite their crude nature.
Your ally, Elanian, his is one of the things that maybe this stress out to you, Cal, is that just because Elanian's been in absence for so long, you haven't had him foremost in your mind, but you know that his people have a very distinctive culture from your own. And remember that many of the things you found in Heathertop Warren seemed to be closer linked to his people and his cultural associations as opposed to the rest of the elves that you came from or the ones from the Lendor Isles.
Right.
His was like the wild offshoot. If you think of it as a starting point, his goes up like this from here, but for you, you have to track back to some common ancestor as opposed to a straight line the way it is to his. And Elanian's people were also potent in the workings of stone magics.
Right.
And if you say any of that out loud, Jeff.
Yeah, I probably would be. That's.
You are right. I'd forgotten about that. That's an interesting, very interesting connection we have discovered here.
Would you just give us a quick intelligence check as well?
Of course. I mean, it's not really my...
Nice.
No. So Shuck 2. You're looking at these...
hold on. It's tertiary. Is it 22 enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm just trying to see if you remembered something. You're looking at these as everyone's looking at them. You don't recognize them. These are not any culture you're familiar with, these markings. Although, that one that you met yesterday, or I suppose now 2 days ago, that elf, there were stitchings in his leather raiments. And some of those markings, it's exactly like that one. And like that one over there as well. I don't think you've told your allies yet about this pale elf that you found down.
I hadn't.
These markings...
The glory's mine for the kill.
Yeah, these markings seem identical. At least two of them, to the symbols that he had on him.
Do I, just on the off chance, this isn't like a magical incantation or a spell or something like that, right? Like, because I'm only asking because I have like literally read magic, so I'm wondering if that plays in here.
Well,
at
I mean,
all,
you've been privy to what the guys have been saying, so they've been talking around you.
Yeah. Okay, so I could. Okay. Well, I would relay that. Obviously, I think I didn't. So I guess so. I didn't act alone yesterday in securing our food. I had met someone who alerted me to this purple worm's lair, and we worked together. But he had symbols that on his garments that it looked like they matched this. He was an elf, extremely pale, even more than you. And I look over at Calidor. Never seen his kind before. Certainly not from down here. He another odd thing. He went into stone, into the walls. Like, as in, he literally melted into the wall when he left. It's
You
a
move through the
fancy
stone
trick.
itself.
Yeah, like actually, has Shuktu seen? I think Shuktu's only seen water slide and fire slide so far. I don't know if he's actually seen rock slide yet.
No,
So
I
I
don't think he
can't.
has.
I can't make that comparison.
I think that's right.
Yeah, you just as if the stone were water, and then immediately upon his departure, I felt the stone to be cold and solid as it ever was,
Wow,
and
that
he was
sounds like
gone.
elves of that nature would be able to make markings like this.
The last thing I'll leave you with is that this does seem to be a safe place to camp.
There
So
we
we'll
go.
leave you guys
Okay.
with you bedding down for the evening here. And let's call it a session. Nice. First things first here. Oh, let me grab everybody.
So we are right now approximately, as far as we know, about 1 day from the
One day
spire.
off from Broken Spire
Yes.
Keep, yeah. I'm going to bring everyone's tokens back from where they were to here so that you don't have to update or whatever else your... Boom, there we go. Your luck or your...
Mine did
well,
exactly the same as it was
update.
before.
Yeah, none left. What I
Well,
will
same
say
here.
is...
Lagging along behind, did you guys kill any Umber Hulks? Just curious, you know.
No, but we destroyed a brood of purple worm grubs.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Happy
So-
to help.
Everyone gains 300 XP for today's session.
Awesome.
And for a successful 2 days journey as well. I don't think anyone got any failures that time. Everyone gets a hero point.
Oh,
So-
nice.
Then we will be back next week to see our heroes further venture down into the night below. 1 day off from the... Although this will be Actually, I'll put it down. This will be the 4th day of travel.
Did we get any healing while we were resting? On that,
You did.
From
Yes,
that-
you would have healed 1 point.
from our day in the spa?
Yeah, 1 point for the day in the spa, and then if anyone wants to cast spells on you, you would have had a day's worth of travel to cast spells on yourself, Druin, as well. So if you do want to heal yourself up, and then you'll have, assuming you get a full night's sleep tonight and nothing, disturbs you, you will have a what do you call it? There you go, 8 points. There you go. Okay, so for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 160 of the Night Below. I guess a small, eventful development in things, finding a as yet unknown kind of elf. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, there is a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where all of us are active, and we have channels there dedicated to this game, every other game we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great channels, like Finding a Group, or like information on conventions. There's a ton of great people over there, a ton of great conversation. You are more than welcome to join us over there. There is also a link down below to the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel, which is benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really terrific organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in the Ukraine. At the time of recording, all money that is donated through that link goes directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help out the kids who benefit from their services. And we have two small ways of saying thank you for your generosity for those who donate through that. One of them is that in December, everyone who has donated since June 15, 2022 will be eligible to take part in our next charity raffle. Every $25 Canadian that you donate through that link gives you one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle. We have a bunch of great stuff from our friends at Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse, including, there's just a bunch of great stuff, as well as some stuff from the Red Bubble Shop, some other great stuff. There's going to be 2 chainmail dice bags, because Dave, look at that, made by our resident armor smith here. as well as a bunch of other great stuff. So it's tons of great prizes. And for every $25 you donate Canadian, you get one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes. That draw will be done live. In addition, there is a link. We also will be having our next charity raffle. I do these in reverse order, so my outro is all fucked up right now. The other thing we will be doing is that starting this week, you will be having anyone who has donated since June 15th, 2022 will have a chance to vote on our next charity session. At the end of the month, we'll be returning to a channel favorite. That is Modifius Entertainment's Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of. And over the next 3 weeks, donors will have a chance to vote on the different components for that adventure. We did this last time with our All Flesh Must Be Eaten sessions, and it was a lot of fun seeing it come together from the donors voting. So we'll be doing the same thing next 3 weeks, so people will be able to vote, and then we'll be running a session that will be structured based on the outcome of the voting. What you get a chance to is to have a say in what we play in the channel, to win some cool gaming stuff, and most importantly, to help out some kids who could really use some help. Follow that link down below and you can make your donation. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart delvers here today. So, Dave, Andrew, John, Jeffrey, Will, and George, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. What a great way to spend a Wednesday. Didn't kill you this time. I'll try harder next week.
I'm sure you can do it.
So you have faith in me. For those listening at home, we will be back in the night below in 1 week's time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes have encountered, delving beneath the night below, or the opportunities, I suppose, that were availed this time. Oh yeah, Dave, we got a bunch of acids, like basically acid bombs that were taken from the grubs as well. We'll be back. Party loot. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world, think about the opportunities and such that our heroes found, and until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
See ya.